The Majin Ku goes to the Tamagami number 1 and Arinsu is along with him as well. Ku smiles and challenges the Tamagami saying that he's here to take the Dragon Ball. The Tamagami thinks that he's joking, so he goes near him and asks if he is serious after introducing himself as the Tamagami number 1. Majin Ku smiles and says that he is dead sure. After that, Majin Ku jumps away and gets into his fighting position. The Tamagami gets confused and wonders what he is up to, but suddenly, Ku jumps and starts fighting the Tamagami. He throws punches and kicks at him, which the Tamagami evades with no hassle at all. They fly in the air and start fighting, but Ku isn't able to land a single hit. The Tamagami dashes towards him, which scares Majin Ku, and they return to the ground. The Majin Ku prepares his mighty blaster and throws it at the Tamagami with hyper speed, but the Tamagami cuts it with ease using his sword, and there's not even a single scratch on his body. On the other hand, Goku and the team reach the big fish, Rap-sama. They enter his mouth, and Shin uses magic to make Goku's ear like an elf so they don't get caught. Rap asks the team what the password is, and Glorio tells them the password, but the fish notices that the plane is a gendarmerie plane. However, none of them looks like one. Hence, Pansy jumps in and tells Rap that they are a family of gendarmerie soldiers. The fish takes the bait and allows them to travel to the second demon world. As the plane moves forward, Shin says that it is possible that nobody has reported their plane as stolen so they can pass with ease. However, as they are in a gendarmerie plane, Shin suggests that they can go straight to the first demon world, and Pansy thinks that this is a valid point. But Goku replies that they can't, as they first need the second Dragon Ball, and Glorio says that he is right. However, Goku is concerned about Dende, but Shin tells him not to worry as Dende was abducted, not killed, so the Demon King has to use him. Hence, Dende is safe for now. Goku is relieved, and hence they move into the second demon world. Meanwhile, Vegeta and the rest of the Earthlings are traveling to rescue Dende as they get their plane back, but Bulma is happy after turning into a kid since her skin is so smooth now. Piccolo says that even if they rescue Dende, the Earth's Dragon Balls will be useless as he can only activate them. Hence, Vegeta admits that Goku is right, and the only way to return to Earth and become an adult again is to get the Demon World's Dragon Balls. Hybis praises Bulma, saying that her skin is so smooth, and Bulma gets happy, saying that she doesn't want to turn into an adult again. Hybis thinks for a second and says that he can make Bulma his girlfriend, but Vegeta gets pissed after hearing. He shouts at Hybis and tells him that they are already matter, but Hybis still has no problem with it. However, Vegeta asks if he wants to get turned into a pie, but Hybis disrespects him, saying that Bulma married a serious guy with a funny hairstyle, but Hybis has no hair at all. Finally, Hybis comes to the realization that Vegeta likes big melons, that's why he wants her to return to an adult. Vegeta tells him to shut up and says that no matter what, they are turning into adults and going back to Earth. Meanwhile, Majin Ku is still fighting the Tamagami, and the Tamagami is not having a hard time against Ku. Majin Ku gets pissed and makes a tornado splash to take out the Tamagami, but he just sidesteps and grabs Majin Ku by his pajamas and sends him crashing into the ground. The Majin loses his breath for a time and he can't take the beating anymore, so he starts throwing punches at the Tamagami. It looks like the Tamagami number 1 is way stronger than the third one, so Majin Ku uses a powerful blast to take the Dragon Ball. Meanwhile, Goku and the rest of the team reach the second demon world. They look around and they are amazed by the beauty of the second demon world. But King Goma is watching them, and he is pissed that Goku has already gone to the second demon world. Goku asks Shin if he is happy to be back, as he hasn't been here for a long time, and Shin says that this world brings old memories back. Glorio says that the air here is not so dense, so they can fly faster, and the Tamagami is nearby, so they will be there in no time. Shin gets concerned and asks Glorio if the Krakens are still here, and he replies that there is still a ton of Krakens around. Goku doesn't know anything about it, so he asks Shin what these creatures are. Shin answers that Krakens are large sea monsters who can swallow a whole ship if they fly too low. Pansy also knows about them and says that they are like moving islands. Suddenly, the ship gets under attack by the gendarmerie planes, and Glorio tries to shake them off. However, he is having a hard time, so he goes in the clouds and appears behind them, but the gendarmerie evades his bullets. A plane comes from the side and starts shooting at the plane's engine, which destroys it, and the plane starts falling. Goku tells Glorio to open the rear door, and Glorio does so. Suddenly, Goku jumps out of the plane and starts taking out the gendarmerie planes. He takes them out one by one, and they can't believe how a child is taking them out. Some of them try to run away, but Goku uses his energy blast to take them out. Goma watches all of this, and Dekisu is shocked to see that Goku is way stronger than they had imagined. Hence, Goma orders him to call all the gendarmerie to the first demon world. Glorio manages to stabilize the plane just above sea level, and from the darkness of the sea, a Kraken notices them. Goku goes back to the plane, and Pansy and Shin are amazed to see how easily he took out the planes. Out of nowhere, the Kraken appears and tries to eat them, but Glorio takes the plane up. However, the Kraken uses his tentacles to grab the plane and starts squeezing it. It throws a black liquid at Goku, but he jumps just in time. Goku tells everyone to get out, and they do so, but Pansy remembers something and goes back. Everybody shouts at her not to go and come back, but she doesn't listen and goes inside the plane. The Kraken squeezes the plane and Pansy gets stuck. Goku offers her to grab his hand, but Pansy can't reach it, and the plane is going closer and closer to the Kraken's mouth. Shin and Gloria are anxious as the Kraken puts the plane in its mouth along with Goku and Pansy, but they soon come out. Shin is relieved, but he remembers that the Dragon Ball is still inside the plane, but Pansy shows that she was able to retrieve it just in time. Everyone is happy except Goma, as he wanted the Kraken to eat them alive. Shin asks if they should wait for Vegeta and the rest of the crew to arrive as the Namek's home is nearby, and they see the Namek planet right in front of them. Meanwhile, the Tamagami is still in one piece even after the Majin Ku's devastating blow, but now the Tamagami is pissed. He grabs Q and throws him into the wall, which makes Ku lower his guard. The Tamagami teleports right in front of them to land a slash, but the Majin Ku barely escapes it. The Tamagami starts teleporting behind Q just to make him look like a fool, and Majin Ku gets scared as he is about to die. On Namek planet, Shin says that the Nameks tried to grow their trees here, but unfortunately, Frieza destroyed all of it. Goku is starving, but since they lost all of their luggage to the Kraken, there is nothing to eat, hence Goku remembers the bugs he got back from the lady's house. So he thinks that the stamina-reviving bug can also fill his belly, but Pansy adds that these bugs don't work like this. However, Goku still eats one, and as soon as he does, he feels that his energy is full again and he isn't hungry anymore. They look around for a while and see nobody is living there, but Goku senses something and tells the rest of the team that their friends are here too. He flies away, but Pansy is concerned about how he knows it, so Shin tells them that Goku can sense their energy. Meanwhile, as Hybis is flying toward the Namek planet, Goku appears in front of them and tries to warn them, but they can't hear him, so Hybis opens the door. Goku tells them to fly higher as the monsters living in the sea will eat them. Vegeta is pissed as Goku is scared of little monsters, but suddenly, the Kraken jumps out of the water to eat them. Hybis barely manages to take the plane a bit higher and dodges the tentacles of the Kraken. Goku tells Vegeta that the monsters are too big for them and they cannot fight such strong opponents in their baby form. Bulma is scared to death and asks why Hybis is too careless, so Hybis replies that he is here for the first time, so he doesn't know anything about this world. Piccolo asks if he came to warn them about the monster, but Goku replies that they need a ride as their plane got eaten by the Kraken. Back in the first world, Majin Ku is out of breath and can't fight anymore, but the Tamagami is still standing tall, hence he gives up and returns to Arinsu. He tells her that he can't beat the Tamagami, so Arinsu takes him and flies away. Just as they leave, the gendarmeries arrive and look around as they hear some noises, but nobody is there and the Tamagami is back at his position. Arinsu is not impressed by this, so he fires Majin Ku, but Ku says that she shouldn't as he is still strong, but the Tamagami is stronger than him. He can really help her in shopping and can sing very well, which makes Arinsu feel disgusted. Piccolo steps on his planet for the first time and Goku asks how is he feeling, but Piccolo tells him that he never lived here and only his father did. Bulma asks Shin if he is from one of those groups who had escaped the demon realm, and Shin tells a short story. According to him, the first demon king was good, and he asked Remus, the highest and the most powerful being, to expand the universe, so they started making more universes, and slowly the Majins started moving to those universes, and some Glynes were chosen as the beekeepers of these universes who are called Supreme Kai. But the demon king Abara started using Rap Sama and limited its usage, which caused chaos. He also adds that Glynes are born from trees, and since their trees are dead, the Glynes will eventually die. That's why there is nothing left on his planet now. Vegeta tells them to start moving and get the Dragon Ball from the second Tamagami, so they go back to their plane, and just when they are about to fly, they see an old Namek coming towards their plane.